What's going on, Pro Family? It's Marquiste and I'm here with my guy Don Digital, and today we are having App Wars. And in this different type of series, what we're going to be doing is talking about different types of apps that we're building in very similar industries, why we're building them, how they're different, and then ultimately maybe we can combine them together. So Don, let me know, are you excited to show off your app today that you're working on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm super excited, man. We got tons of ads, and honestly, this was just a great idea that you came up with, man. So yeah, I'm excited to show off, what I got going on, and I'm excited to see what you've been working on, bro. Let's get it.
All right. Well, in today's segment, what we're going to be talking about is apps for credit repair industry. I'm working with people in the credit repair space. Mine has worked with people in the credit repair space, and me both. We just love vibe coding. So we were like, what it would look like if we just kind of created our own solutions to solve some of the problems that we know that particular industry may be facing. So Don has been vibe coding a solution. I've been vibe coding a solution. And we probably came at it from different ways. So in this video, we're going to just show our thought processes, some of the tools that we've been building, some of the issues we may have been running into, and ultimately where we're going to be going next. So let's get going.
Sir, yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, so let me share my screen. To kick things off, here's my app. It is called Dispute Genie. Now, as I mentioned, we're doing this in the credit repair space. And what I decided to use for this particular tool is Google AI Studio. Now, if you watch some of our previous videos, we've used all kind of different tools. We've used Boyce, we've used Base 44, we've talked about Lovable. In this one, I've decided to use Google AI Studio. In the future, I'll do a completely separate video on why I use Google AI Studio for this, but that's what I use for this particular solution. And it has come with its own particular positives, and it's also come with its own different challenges. Some of the cool things about Google AI Studio is that it's almost kind of free to use. It doesn't have the same credit system like a lot of other tools does have. But on the flip side of it is that some of the other tools like Lovable and Base 44 and Bolt, they have databases built in. So one of the things about this tool is I also had to use not just Google AI Studio, but I also have to use another tool called Supabase. And Supabase is a free tool to get started with, but all it is a database. Because right now, when you build this app in Google AI Studio, if you try to click around and save stuff, nothing happens because there's no database connected to it. It pretty much just builds the front end. So that's why you have to sign up for something like Supabase, which like I said is free to get started. You create your database there. Google AI Studio literally gives you the instructions you need to come in here and create the database. It literally takes less than like 5 minutes. But then once you do that, now Google AI Studio can talk to Supabase. So like now your app is more like fully functional. So that is like some of the things that you have to worry about with Google AI Studio. But overall, what I wanted to do was, trying to create a very, very simple credit repair app. Not as advanced as something like Credit Repair Cloud, but where pretty much even if you just wanted to use it for yourself as an individual, it's super easy to get started with. And so what this app does called Credit Genie or Dispute Genie right now is it basically just allows you to log into the system. You can upload your credit reports from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And then it allows you to find inaccuracies and then also use different dispute strategies because in the credit repair space, I just know from working with a lot of you guys in the past, you may use different dispute strategies depending on what's actually in the credit report. So we have like the Metro 2, Factual, all of these different things that you can actually select or whatnot. So then if I log in here real fast, I'm just going to put in my test information. And then we can see here, this is a very simple dashboard, not very cluttered at all. We can come in here and click on clients. You can see some sample clients here. A client, like I would be able to come in here, click on add client, and then put in their information. And then also we have the ability to go through a dispute wizard as well, where you can kind of select the client here and then go through the process of uploading their credit reports or I actually added this option in here just for my testing purposes because I don't want to show anybody's personal data. I'm just going to generate a fake report. And then if I click this button here, it just kind of generates what an actual report would find. So say, for instance, it found like this here, this here. They could come here, select those two things or select all three of them if they want to. And then from there, you can say, what is the actual dispute strategy you want to do, Metro 2 compliance, and then boom, generate your letter. And then once you do that, it's gonna generate your letter. And the cool thing about this is I've built in a couple things down so where people can upload their driver's license. They can also upload like utility bills, so that way when the letter gets generated, it's there. And then so right now it just puts the letter here. You can kind of come in, you can make some updates to it, but it already kind of puts in the actual compliance, also any of the particular FCRA codes that should be accounted for, any USC violations. And then this is something that I'm still working on. This part is not done yet. But I thought, would it be really cool to where maybe if the tool didn't just generate the letter, but also if it allowed you to just instantly mail it from the software right then and there, to where you can just pay like $1 credits or something and you say send mail. So that's the next thing that I'm working on right now is basically I'm building in the back end system. And just so you guys know, I'm using this software called lob.com. And it's super simple. It's like basically a tool that automates the process of sending direct mail. So you can come in here, you can set up your API, and basically for free to get it to the backend setup. And then you just do all the connection in Google AI Studio. So eventually these buttons will work. So I'll actually be able to click on the button and it'll actually send it to the specific credit bureaus. But overall, that's kind of like what I have with this right now, and I think that within maybe a couple of days, it'll be completely done. But overall, I'm happy with the progress.
Man, that's so fire, man. And I think the direct mail thing, that's something that I'm also working on. I have heard of Lob as well. I think that's what's gonna really put the icing on the cake. That's gonna seal everything together, bro, because like you literally created a seamless process for everybody to go through. Now it's like all I have to do is hit a button, send it out, and I'm good to go. So
Yep, and yep,
job
that's
well
like I
done,
said.
my brother.
Yep, and like I said, built this in a weekend. What didn't take too long at
Yep.
all. I literally just started it last night,
Mhm.
and so within a matter of a day or so, it'll be completely done. So
Mhm.
now I'm just curious to see what you got, Don. Let me
Nah, I
go
got
ahead
you.
and stop sharing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, okay, let me share my screen. All right, family. So here's my credit repair software. It's called Credit OS. The idea initially came about because just like Queese, like I work with credit repair specialists as well, and I had a conversation with a client of mine. And I was just telling them like, bro, you have to make your own app. You know what I mean? It only makes sense. You have a huge following. People are coming to you. So it only makes sense for you to create your own IP. So this is the framework of it. It's not done. We got to still change up, some of the functionalities and some of the colorways as well. But it's pretty
What
dope. I like
tool
how,
did you use for this, Don?
yeah, good question, bro. Forgot about that part. So I'm using Base 44 for this one. It's a little different than Marquise's Google AI Studio. This already has Supabase connected to it. The main difference though, and I'm kind of leaning towards Marquise's is because like with Base 44, you do have credits, so you're limited. So you can use up to 5 credits per day, which you can really burn through fast. And my workaround with that is I normally go into ChatGPT first. I give it all my ideas, my frameworks, everything that I'm trying to do, and I have it create a master prompt of like the UI, the UX, the MVP, all that good stuff, the color schemes, and then I put that into Base 44 so that I have a solid foundation from day one. That way I'm not burning through my credits. I still burn through my credits though, because once you get in the flow of things, it's just kind of hard not to. But with Google AI Studio, I'm learning from Marquise that that's not the case over there. So that's like the main difference between the two. Mine is called Credit OS. It's similar to Marquise's, where it's designed for you to be able to create dispute letters, so you can upload your credit report. It's going to identify all the negative items, and then from there you just push a button, select whatever ones that you want to dispute, and it's going to spit out a letter based on the FCA laws, the Metro 2 compliance, and all that good stuff. So I'll walk you through some of the features. So right here, we're in the command center. So this is like a typical dashboard. So for my credit repair specialist, this will be something that your client would see once they log into your app. So they can see their credit score, like once they, upload all that stuff. We have an option for them to set their goals. So if they're trying to buy a house, buy a car, start a business, things of that nature, and then just some of the stuff on their credit report. Over here, we have other menu items. So I'll just quickly go over those really quick. So these are the negative items. I use the dummy report just like Marquise did. So you can see all your negative items. We have a drop down to see which ones are severe, the highest impact, lowest impact. We have a timeline. So once you start the credit repair process, it's like a transparency type of thing. So you can kind of see the flow of everything. inside of your app, so you know where you are, the time frames and things of that nature. So we have some stuff that's pending, some stuff that's completed, awaiting response. So it just keeps your clients in the loop when you're working for people, when you're working with people that need credit repair. Right here is our goals. So you can click this button, you can set a new goal. Just type it here. You have the drop down, you can do other, and then your amount, and then the time frame that you're trying to accomplish that goal. And you can edit it that way. And then now when it comes to the letters, you just click this letter tab here, and then you literally just select, whatever item that you want to dispute. So I'll just select these two. And this, I got to change the color scheme because it's super dark. These letters need to be white. And then what you do is just scroll to the bottom, just hit generate your two letters, and then that might take a few seconds to load up. And then once that's loaded, then you'll see that you'll have the letters that are crafted specifically based on your the negative items that you're disputing. And then also it's going to be backed by the laws that'll help you dispute those letters. So it's very similar to Marquise's, catered towards, credit repair specialists. It's just a better tool for like your clients to use once you sign them on, and you're doing their letters and stuff like that. I do plan on having a feature as well where you can mail it out too. That'll be something that I'm going to be working on. But yeah, I'm actually liking the output. This color scheme is what the person that I'm working with, that's what they wanted. That's kind of like their branding and stuff like that. I like Marquise's. It's more clean, more like professional looking. But again, when you get into these tools, you're like a kid in a candy store. You're like at a theme park. You can do whatever you want as far as your creativity. So here's the letters here. So again, we have the FCRA laws right here. These are the accounts that we're disputing, the account numbers, we have your name, address, and all that good stuff. So all you have to do is come in here, just update it with your stuff. I could prompt it to where it'll just pre-fill that stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then once you proofread it, I always recommend proofread anything that AI produces just to make sure. But once you like it, the plan is kind of like Marquise. You hit this button and send it out, and then you just wait for it to come back. So yeah, bro, that's pretty much what I'm working on right now, and I'm liking it. I'm liking the foundation so far. I think we're like 70% there, and just like Marquise, I mean, this probably took me maybe a day, maybe a few hours. Like it didn't take that long at all. So we'll see how it comes out.
Hey man, that looks awesome, bro. I like it. I think that we're definitely thinking a lot of the same stuff. And then sometimes even with these apps, even for me, I didn't get access to give it a particular user interface look or color scheme. It just kind of came up with it. And then sometimes, like I said, if you have a particular look and feel, you can give it that information so it follows that a little bit more closely. But overall, man, I think that we're pretty much at the same amount of percentage. Both apps do very similar functionality. So I'm looking forward to see what we continue to build out for the client here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And listen, man, if you like videos like this, if you've been thinking about creating your own app, or anything just around AI in general, listen, we have a community called The Prompt where we literally build stuff like this live inside of the community, as well as share different tips and hacks and different tools that you can use. So if you want to join the community, if that sounds dope to you, you want to get into the family, I'm sure we'll have a link somewhere down below in the description. And we just hope to see you guys inside.
We will see you once again. Just hit the button, subscribe, stay tuned, and we see you on the next one. We out.
Peace.